All right. Hello, hello. Welcome to this channel. My name is Kenneth Berenson. If you're new here, please subscribe. We're talking all about the internal workings of the human body to free up most amount of energy. That is the main purpose of this channel. And it is a very much of a internal process. So right now we would like to dive into explaining a little bit more about how these tests from Gaia can look, using Kenneth as an example. So during this, one of the ideas that we followed from before was we received to start and to offer free energy read. This was very much inspired by them, by the guides and teachers. And we followed. And we did that. We learned a lot. It was a lot of tests and a lot of lessons and a lot of things in there. But with every single one of them, we left them with the way out. Some took it, some didn't, some blamed, some argued. Like there was a lot of weird energies that we had to encounter. And a lot of them became the start of these Gaia sessions. This is how Gaia showed me how she wants to work through me in connection with them. How this can all be connected to her. Because unless it is connected, it is just fluff on the surface. So these changes are connected with the feeler in mind, with that connection through the feeler. That is the whole purpose of us being here, is to harmonize those two. The feeler and the knower. The feeler being the body and everything that is connected to Gaia, really. It is your entry point to Gaia. And the heavens. How well are you connected to your source? That is like the two opposite ends that needs to meet for there to be a connection and energy between them. That's really it. But we're talking from a really big level here. So it's the masculine and feminine, the feeler and the knower. And most of them, most of you guys, most of us, we are fluctuating in everything. So inside of these 2 points are many different, like this. If we zoom in, there are many different and one of them could be about relationships and finances. This one can be about this and that and the other. And all of them is important to be in harmony with those two aspects. If you lose that, you are fumbling in some kind of mind games. And there are many whole thought systems that are built upon someone creating something that is just a creation. That is what we're seeing all around us, is physical manifestation of thought that is thought for a while. And so when we see that everything is thought for a while and it looks like this, we also know that, it's our habits of thinking that is producing this. It's our habit of thinking. So our habits needs to change. It's the thought that needs to change also, because thoughts leads to feelings, which leads to behavior, usually, unless you have mastered this game and you know what's what. If you want to start, there's a link in the bio. We're offering a free 28-day consciousness shift to get started on this journey, to really dive deep. That's what we recommend for the beings that are truly serious about changing what we're talking about here. And if you wish to get a proper energy read of where you're at and get some recommendations on next steps on how to move forward in your consciousness evolution, we also have offerings for that. Everything is in the bio. All right, so back to the channeling, the transmission. No, before that, let's... So, how this can look is that was the bait. You can kind of call it that, but it is in my ignorance that of course, they are saying it. Of course, I'm doing what they're telling me to, right? And so, well, that was the right choice then. And then, as the time goes by, we see patterns of what is actually going on energetically. And so we're seeing that, oh, hang on a second, I keep offering these free sessions and I'm doing this connection and I'm exhausting my body. And some of them don't even value it. So that was what was going on the energetic human level while these were created. At the end, this is why also there was a final pivotal moment where we saw that, wow, we are actually using our soul mission to cater to people. That is a leakage of energy unless they are contributing. And they were not. They were deviations of energy in my field, in what I'm here to do. That doesn't mean they're bad people. That doesn't mean anything. They are well-meaning. But they don't see my reality and what we are connected to and what our soul mission is and what's important to us, which is very holy. And it requires respect. It doesn't require respect, but it deserves respect. Someone wishing to walk that path. Honor that. And you will honor that path in you as well. This is a reciprocal universe. This being was learning a lot about finances and in relation to energy and how that relates. Worth, finances, everything through the body in experience. That's the only way that you truly can learn, is through Gaia's experience. Otherwise, it is just a theory. Otherwise, these are just words and they don't mean anything. They only truly mean something when you're willing to walk that path. And so we saw that we were giving of our energy to beings that were being energetically fed by our energy, because energy is a currency. And our energy is valuable because we are here to birth. We have that connection. We have that connection to Gaia. And we are birthing. Just the same as usually what a feminine would do, but in energy and creation form through a male body, using and maintaining the vigilant of protecting our light and what we are here to do. And this has all been a lesson of refining codependency for Kenneth. And he made the correction in really fast. When you see it and you know that, this needs to happen, you just do. You just correct. We corrected everything we could see to fit with this new awareness. And that gave us more energy, and this is why finances are such an important factor, because it is a measurement of how serious are you, how much do you value being anchored. Do you value it enough to put money onto it? We can say that money is all an illusion and all of that stuff. But our actions say that money is a god for many. And so if it is that important, then you know what value they put on money. Money is like a truth determining factor. Will you place money there? That means that you are in alignment with your action. If you will not, there is something that is interfering with if you are saying something different than what you're actually putting down with financial support, let's say. It is a very interesting connection when you see energy accurately without the stories, my dears. And that is what we are here to do. We're here to anchor our light. And unless we learn these really simple, basic ways that we are maintaining our energy in connection with this beautiful planet. I don't know what what's going to be said there. I lost it a little bit. Coconut water is such a wonderful, soothing thing for my body when I channel like this. Yes. So, how can you tell? Like that. Just like that. And then you know that, I need to change here because I see that I've just given. And this is an example of these 13 days, let's say. They could be. This took me more cycles than 13 to figure out. But when it happens, when the awareness comes in, wow, I see that I've lost energy here. And you can see that if you correct that, you get more energy. We got more energy, and we feel that it is now fair. From the standpoint we are at now. And this is how we grow in frequency. To honor that connection. Because that connection will birth for the masses. So we are more in service to humanity by doing it this way. Because we are connected inside. And we're not listening to the outside demands of the ego, usually, which is okay. We have sections for that. And we are assisting, and we have lots of ways that we will assist you with that. There's more links in the bio. So it's not to say that it's wrong, it's just a way that you have trained to operate your body. And there is a way to operate in a higher frequency, which is the holistic perspective. We are guiding you. And we are using all of these experiences for the best of our ability that Kenneth has gone through to explain to you what we're here to teach through this avenue. and it is alignment of energy so that you can be more of who you are. And this is the path that everyone needs to go through. This type of path, it doesn't have to be this avenue, but this path is what everyone has to go through in order to anchor who they are fully. This is the natural rhythm that Gaia teaches people also. And the benefit of joining our program is that you are getting to know exactly how to revert back to that natural way. And once you're there, man, you're off to the races. Once you have harmonized your body enough, it is so wonderful. Because these are the tests that once we correct and we maintain the correction, because one thing is to correct things in the outside environment, another thing is to maintain it with people. And that needs to be instilled. This is the new boundary, this is the new boundary, these are the new rules of this establishment, is another way of saying it. Because we are much more than just one being here. And this being is asked to protect much more energy coming through. And so, if you wish to learn how to do this and to immerse yourself deeper, we highly advise that you start with the free consciousness shift to get started in this way of operating. We have a lot of support to deepen into this way of being. We have events that are going on for every 28 days. There is a particular date that you are to start and do certain things that we are guiding you with during those events. So they are for you to learn some of the basics in practice. We also have Heya sessions to correct your energy field so that you are more in alignment, depending on what you are working with. Because we all have twisted perceptions, and all of these Heya sessions, they guide. They're sort of like a mixture between a channeling and energetic upgrades, light upgrades. So they are both, and sometimes it's more of the knower, sometimes it's the feeler, sometimes it's a little bit of both. So it is a very highly intuitive, feminine way of learning. Receiving the corrections, but also going through with the corrections, including the feminine into this whole game. That is what we're all on. We're all on this journey of learning to connect with Gaia properly. Learning how to work with her. That is what this whole journey is about. Why people are getting inspired to exercise and get more into who they are and, shed their shackles and just, it's all about breaking free of all of these limitations that have stopped and hindered seemingly us from moving forward. And right now it's mostly an internal job. We have done most of the external workings to clear the path for you to now land. Now it is an individual job. Now it is you that has to go through with the process from the inside out. It is literally going in and reformatting everything. It is like a rebirth when you see the truth. And that is what we're here to align to. And when we align to the truth, which is the holistic perspective, which is a way of operating in the world, which is a way of seeing energy and seeing how everything interconnects in truth, in energetic truth, from the inside out. Not listening to another scientist, but we guide you to get that deep realization from the inside out. This is the only way that you will truly know what reality is in these planes. There are magical things and really miraculous things from the dualistic perspective's lens that you can do when you are fully landed as a human. Even things that might seem superhuman. There are many things that is possible once all of us makes that transition to land fully who we truly are. To get started, there's a link in the bio. I hope to see you in the sessions. We have group sessions to support your journey when you have individual things and sort of a little bit more challenging things that you're maneuvering and you require a little bit extra support. We have that available as well. So the first thing is just get started. The first thing that you can ever do from wherever you are is you can take the next step and say often to yourself, I am the remedy. Thank you. We love you. Ciao.